Hey everybody, and welcome to my N5 series on the MPC, where I cover a topic in about 5 minutes. The Wavies writes in and says, "Bro, it'd be amazing if you put out an updated video about how you use the iPad with the MPC. Wondering if there's any new updates allow for any cool workflows using both devices." And let me just talk about a couple things. First of all, I've pretty much given up on using Bluetooth as a protocol. It can drop out, it can have other problems. So I just want to show you what I have set up, how it's working and stuff. But first up, I've got USB here coming out. Actually, let's even take this off first. I've got this hyperdrive. It is the model HD319B. You might maybe be able to make that out on the camera. But this basically is USB-C, goes out the USB-C on the iPad here and gives me charging, SD card readers, one USB slot, and it gives me a TRRS basically like headphone jack with microphone. I'm just going for a headphone out, but again, that just plugs in on the side here. And I've got for the USB, I've got the Roland USB MIDI interface UM1, and this is what is allowing me to use the MPC to send and receive MIDI data. So if we go in here, I guess it's not plugged in tight. There we go. I got to snap it in. So we can see it's now, the LED's on, it's getting power, and now it's not playing through the microphone. It's actually going through the TX6 mixer here. So you can see that I'm able to play audio here. One thing that you need to do if you use something like the Roland USB MIDI interface UM1 is you're going to probably need to go through your apps and go into settings. I've already changed the input to UM1 here, but this is what allows, this is what allows me to send and receive MIDI data. So if I come over to the MPC here, really all I've got is on MPC B, so port B, I have it set up so I can now send MIDI data. This allows me to use the arpeggiator. I can use the full levels. I can use note repeat. I can use anything I want on the chords and stuff. So I can come in here and just go like chords. And it's monophonic, so it's not actually going to play it, but you can see it's playing the notes even if it's only playing one. But I can come into other apps here, and I got like a whole bunch, probably too many. But if I go into like synths here, similarly, let's just grab, I don't know, Quanta. I can play different chords using the MPC. And similarly, on the flip side, if I do this correctly, we'll come back and we're scalar 2 in here. Because that one's like always like super fancy. If you're like, you can send audio to scalar 2, it can listen in, hear what you're playing, or it can see what notes you're playing, and then suggest like different chords and stuff. I just, as I said, I got like actually maybe scalar 2's in this one. Yeah. I tried to separate 2 folders, one for kind of like DAWs or things that I want to use a lot, and then just have another folder that's like instruments and effects that I might load up. We'll give it access to the microphone, sure. But I can come in here and play something. So if I hit record, it will detect. So it doesn't matter, like whatever it is. But I can hit these, and once it's got in here, it's going to come in. I don't know if you can read it very well on the webcam display here, but it's saying like, it thinks like B Dorian mode might be a good one, or like the Ritsu scale and things. It's just trying to figure out, what are you playing first? What's your first scale? What's the lowest note? And trying to give you suggestions. But from here, let's say I just pick this. I can now play these. Then it's playing the audio. To get it to actually send the MIDI back over, there's like a million settings here. It's going to take me a second to find it. MIDI channel. Not light. MIDI channel. Channel 1. Cool. Actually, it might be sending the data over, and we just don't have... Yeah. So what I got to do is load up an instrument now. No, sorry. There's like a million settings in here that you got to get all of them just right. MIDI, MIDI panic, MIDI off. It's I haven't done this in a while for the and this is a new iPad, so all right. Tempo, chord, scalar, filter, dun 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 dun. Not font size, didn't mean to touch that. Fifth, MIDI, Bluetooth, Bluetooth/MIDI settings. So we want to select MIDI output as UM1. There we go. Oh, we don't want to pair to a MIDI device. All right, now it should work. There we go. So I can now, like, if I wanted to, I could play the pads here as the chromatic, or I can come through and choose whether I want like 7ths, 13ths, and just play through these like really quick. I would say like if you're even interested remotely in using an iPad, there's just like so much stuff you can do with it. Like you can, and these apps tend to be pretty cheap, so it's a great ecosystem for getting a lot of different synths, effects, and other things, and being able to just create MIDI madness and have things in scale and all that fun stuff. So I know this is kind of a quick overview of what I've been doing with the iPad, and I'll drop some links down for both the Roland UM1 cable and for this hyperdrive if you're interested. Anyway, I'll just say, everybody, thanks for stopping by. Keep making music, keep having fun. Remember, if it sounds good, it is good, and peace.